Hey everyone, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today we're making chile verde. Now before we get started, let me give you a quick rundown of the process for making the chile verde. What we're starting with are some large chunks of pork shoulder that we're gonna grill out on our grill just to make sure that it gets nice and caramelized on the outside. And then that's gonna go into a Dutch oven with a fire roasted salsa verde that we're gonna make, and it's gonna braise until it's nice and fork tender. First thing we gotta do is prepare our fire roasted salsa verde. We're gonna start by putting a char on our peppers. We've got a couple of Anaheims and a couple of poblanos. We also wanna grill our onion and our tomatillos, so we'll go ahead and get those ready to go on. We can go in quarters for the onion so we can get some color on the outside. And at the root end, we're gonna leave that intact so it all holds together. All we need to do to prepare our tomatillos is remove the papery husk and rinse them off. Obviously, you guys can see the flame coming up. We are set up for direct grilling because we want a nice char on the outside of these. We're just adding flavor and depth to our salsa by doing this. All right, so as we get these charred up, we're gonna flip them over. Obviously, this doesn't take that long at high heat. Speaking of which, we're running our Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill today at 450 degrees. But the idea is to get that flame kissing the peppers, the tomatillos, everything. You could do the same thing on your gas grill at home or your charcoal grill. Whatever you're cooking on, you can get this done. As we get some nice color on our tomatillos, we'll go ahead and take them off. You can see how the skin on the pepper is blistered. That means it's releasing from the flesh, so we're pretty close to taking this off as well. And what we want to do with these peppers, as they get blackened, is place them into a zip-top bag. We're going to close this up and allow them to steam so that we can peel the skins off here in about 15 minutes. Now while we wait on those peppers to steam and before we can make the salsa, we might as well take this time to go ahead and prepare our pork for the braising process. And what we're gonna do is take our 4 pounds of pork shoulder, toss in a little bit of oil, and then throw it on the grill so we can get a little more char flavor in there. All right, as we start to get some color on the outside of these, we're gonna take them off the grill. The pieces that haven't quite been charred yet will move to the hot spots. And you could do this same thing in a skillet with a little oil, but of course we live on the grill, so this is our own little twist on this today. Now, a lot of you know that most of the time when I'm doing high heat, direct grilling, I've got my grill grates in place for that nice even cooking surface and those beautiful grill marks. But today, we've got the standard grates in place because I really want to take advantage of the fact that this Yoder pellet grill is burning real 100% wood, and we want to infuse as much of that wood flame fire flavor and aroma into the meat as we possibly can. So as the meat comes off and we get ready to prepare our salsa, I'm going to place our Dutch oven in the cooker to preheat. All right, we are going to remove the skins and the seeds from these chilies. Now what we're left with is this flavorful, slightly smoky, tender flesh of the pepper, and this is what's going to go into our salsa. Now for the onions, we just want to take that stem off that we left in place earlier to keep these intact. And we'll give them a rough chop before we throw them in the food processor. Our tomatillos can go in just as they came off the grill. There's a couple more things we want to add to our salsa. We've got a bunch of cilantro, just the leaf ends. All right, and then we're going to do about 6 cloves of garlic. Now this eventually is going to end up with the pot, with the pork. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of stock right now just to help this process a little easier. This is about 1 cup of vegetable stock. We're now ready to throw everything together in the Dutch oven. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil to the bottom of the pan. We're going to add 1 onion sliced. Then we'll add our pork. Our salsa verde. And I want to throw in some seasonings. We've got 3 tablespoons of ground cumin, 2 tablespoons of Mexican oregano, about a tablespoon of Cattleman's Grill carne asada seasoning for a little bit of heat. Well, our pork has been braising for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. And the last thing I want to add to the pot today is some potatoes. So we've peeled about 1 pound of russet potatoes. We're going to throw those in, give them about half an hour to get tender. And we may add just a little bit of liquid to help those potatoes cook. So we've maintained a simmer this whole time. We did add an extra cup of stock. And the pit is running at 400 degrees now. You'll just want to adjust it to make sure that you're staying at a simmer, but not scorching anything. And we can see that this is going to need a little bit more liquid to get those potatoes cooked. So I'm going to add maybe just about a cup of water. All right, we'll close this up and let this finish cooking. So we gave our potatoes about half an hour to get nice and tender, and this dish is ready to go. Oh, that pork is super tender. The salsa verde is just melted into a gravy with the meat and the potatoes. We'll hit it with a little bit of garnish and give it a taste. You guys can put whatever you like on your green chili. We're gonna have a little radish, a little cilantro, and some queso fresco. Just melts in your mouth tender. Love those flavors from the salsa. Really made it like a green chili gravy. It's just fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.